Let's work through this triangle problem carefully, because we are going to find the length of the angle bisector in two different ways. And the interesting part is that both methods will arrive at exactly the same answer. We have triangle PQR, and RD is the angle bisector of angle PRQ, meeting the opposite side PQ at point D. We are given that PR is 15 units, QR is 27 units, and the entire base PQ is 28 units. Our goal is to find the length of RD. Let's start with the first method, using the angle bisector theorem. The first thing we need to know is how the angle bisector divides the opposite side PQ. So let me call the length of PD simply M. Since the entire length of PQ is 28, the remaining portion, DQ, must be 28 minus M. Now, remember what the angle bisector theorem tells us. When an angle is divided into two equal angles by an angle bisector, that angle bisector divides the opposite side in the same ratio as the two sides surrounding the original angle. In our triangle, RD bisects the angle at R, so the ratio PD divided by DQ must equal PR divided by QR. We know that PR is 15 and QR is 27, so we can write M divided by 28 minus M equals 15 divided by 27. Now let's simplify that ratio before going any further. 15 divided by 27 can be reduced by dividing both numbers by 3, giving us 5 divided by 9. So our equation becomes M divided by 28 minus M equals 5 divided by 9. Now we can use cross multiplication. Multiplying M by 9 gives us 9M, and multiplying 5 by the quantity 28 minus M gives us 5, multiplied by the quantity 28 minus M. So we have 9M equals 5, multiplied by the quantity 28 minus M. Let's expand the right-hand side carefully. 5 multiplied by 28 is 140, and 5 multiplied by negative M is negative 5M. Therefore, 9M equals 140 minus 5M. Now we want all the M terms on the same side, so let's add 5M to both sides. That gives us 9M plus 5M equals 140. Combining those like terms, we get 14M equals 140. Now, divide both sides by 14 to isolate M. 140 divided by 14 is 10, so equals 10. This tells us that PD is 10 units. Now, let's find DQ. We know that the entire base PQ is 28 units, and PD is 10 units. So DQ equals 28 minus 10, which gives us 18 units. So at this point, we know both pieces of the base. PD is 10, and DQ is 18. Now we can move to the next formula. There is a useful formula for the length of an angle bisector. If the angle bisector has length RD, then the square of RD equals the product of the two sides adjacent to the bisected angle, minus the product of the two pieces into which the opposite side has been divided. In our case, that means RD squared equals PR, multiplied by QR minus PD multiplied by DQ. Now let's substitute everything we have found. PR is 15, QR is 27, PD is 10, and DQ is 18. So we get RD squared equals 15 multiplied by 27 minus 10 multiplied by 18. Let's calculate each multiplication separately. 15 multiplied by 27 is 405, and 10 multiplied by 18 is 180. Therefore, RD squared equals 405 minus 180. Subtracting gives us 225, so RD squared equals 225. To find RD itself, we take the square root of both sides. The square root of 225 is 15, because 15 multiplied by 15 is 225. Technically, when solving a squared equation, we could write positive or negative 15, but RD represents a physical length, and a length cannot be negative. Therefore, RD equals 15 units, so we have already solved the problem. But let's verify the answer. Using a completely different approach, the law of cosines. If you're enjoying this type of geometry problem, feel free to like the video and subscribe, because seeing the same result from two different methods is a great way to build confidence in your geometry skills. Now, for our second method, let's focus on the entire triangle PQR. We are going to call the angle at P alpha. We know all three side lengths of the triangle, so the law of cosines allows us to determine the cosine of this angle. Remember, the law of cosines is essentially a generalized version of the Pythagorean theorem. It relates two sides and the included angle to the side opposite that angle. In our case, the side opposite angle alpha is QR, which has length 27. The two sides forming angle alpha are PR, which is 15, and PQ, which is 28. Therefore, the law of cosines gives us 27 squared equals 15 squared, plus 28 squared minus 2. Multiplied by 15, multiplied by 28, multiplied by cosine of alpha. Now, let's calculate the squares. 27 squared is 729, 15 squared is 225, and 28 squared is 784. Also, 2 multiplied by 15 multiplied by 28 gives us 840. So the equation becomes 729 equals 225 plus 784 minus 840 multiplied by cosine of alpha. Add the first two numbers on the right-hand side. 225 plus 784 equals 1009. Therefore, we have 729 equals 1009 minus 840 cosine of alpha. Now we want to isolate the cosine term, subtract 729 from 1009, giving us 280. Therefore, 840 cosine of alpha equals 280. Now divide both sides by 840. This gives us cosine of alpha equals 280 divided by 840. Reduce that fraction by dividing the numerator and denominator by 280, and we get cosine of alpha equals 1/3. So now we know the cosine of angle alpha. Next, let's focus on the smaller triangle PRD. We already know that PR is 15 units and PD is 10 units, and the angle at P in this smaller triangle is the same angle alpha that we just calculated, because D lies on PQ. Our unknown side is RD, so let's call RDX for this part of the calculation. Again, we can use the law of cosines. The side opposite angle alpha is x, and while the two sides forming angle alpha are 15 and 10. Therefore, x squared equals 15 squared plus 10 squared minus 2. Multiplied by 15, multiplied by 10, multiplied by cosine of alpha. We already found that cosine of alpha equals 1/3, so now we substitute that value. This gives us x squared equals 15 squared plus 10 squared minus 2, multiplied by 15, multiplied by 10, multiplied by 1/3. Let's simplify carefully. 15 squared is 225, and 10 squared is 100. Also, 2 multiplied by 15 multiplied by 10 equals 300. So we have x squared equals 225 plus 100 minus 300 multiplied by 1/3. 300 multiplied by 1/3 is 100. So the equation becomes x squared equals 225 plus 100 minus 100. Notice what happens here. The positive 100 and negative 100 cancel each other completely. That leaves us with x squared equals 225. Taking the square root of both sides gives x equals positive or negative 15. But again, x represents the length of RD, so we take the positive value. Therefore, x equals 15 units. Since x represents RD, we conclude that RD equals 15 units. Notice how beautiful the second method is. After calculating the cosine of angle alpha, the law of cosines applied to the smaller triangle produces a cancellation, leaving us with exactly 225 under the square root. And the square root of 225 is 15. So both methods agree perfectly. Using the angle bisector theorem and the angle bisector length formula, we obtained RD equals 15 units. And using the law of cosines, we independently obtained RD equals 15 units again. Therefore, our final answer is 15 units. If this solution helped you understand how an angle bisector can be handled, using more than one technique, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more geometry problems, and leave a comment telling me which of the two methods you found easier to follow.